Uh-oh.
Came back though, so that's good. Alright, so I have shiny. I need silver and tin? I'm terrible at this game. Tin, silver, shiny. And ender. Is it 4 ender pearls?
For
Enderium.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you just toss it in the smeltery, it's 1 silver, 1 shiny, and 2 tin.
Yeah, 2 tin, 1 shiny, 1 silver.
Yep.
I mean, that was the plan. I was just trying to remember what all of it was before I just tossed it in here. Make 2 batches of it, so I don't know if people realize this. You could put the casting patterns in the normal pattern chest. Mind you, we have more. Yeah, whatever. I will watch it as it makes my precious Enderium.
Yep. Blood, sweat, and precious metal.
Ain't that the truth? Especially when you have to travel to Timbuktu to get it.
Yeah, basically. Well, that or the end, so you can get, another ender pearls.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's a book or a thing somewhere, so you can get ender pearls, but I have no idea where it is.
There's a hardened cache that's probably more than halfway full, so I just poke at it until
Oh,
I have
that works
enough.
too.
Aw, good grief. Double clicked when I meant to single click. There we go. So, first things first. This cell right here. I'm curious about this cell. So, oh lord, I forgot. There's like 15 things attached to that. Okay. So I was doing some thinking earlier. The redstone cells can only intake 8,000 RF per tick.
Yep.
Well, if my generator is outputting 4092 per connection, and I've got 3 connections, that's more than 8,000 RF per tick.
Yeah. Oh, so I just remember it's per side on the cell too.
Well, I wanted to upgrade this to an Enderium anyways, so it's gonna give me a chance to really test that.
Yeah. That's still only 10,000 though.
Yeah, but that's 10,000. That's still it would show an improvement over.
Make the Ender capacitors. Those can take in 20,000 or per face or per side, whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of
But
annoying.
you have to use
to
the
make.
Ender power conduit, which you should be using anyway because it's better. But yeah.
Well, so in testing with this, the high voltage wire is just as effective as Ender IO conduit.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm talking like versus like thermal expansion conduit, which is terribly expensive and terrible.
Right. Well, wait. I think I have one
Yeah,
already. Haha! I do have one already full of fuel. Great.
I'm actually not sure what the power capacities of those cables are, honestly.
The high voltage?
Yeah.
They're
Or any of
4092.
them.
So they're high voltage or 4092.
Okay, so the top tier Ender IO conduit is 20,000.
Right.
5 times higher. So those are actually better. And you can also have power and item transfer on the same lot.
Right. But I don't need item transfer, I just need power. So
Also redstone signal.
right. No, I love, and don't get me wrong, I love Ender IO for that exact reason. Okay. Put in my 8 buckets of fuel, so fuel in this configuration, and let me write this number down somewhere so that I can make an accurate comparison. So fuel by itself in this configuration nets me 2 million some odd. I mean, it's not an exactly 2 million RF over the course of however long, 10061,963. So, gonna turn on this diesel generator, let this run these 8 buckets of fuel through, and then we shall see what this actually nets us. If this makes any difference.
So what kind of storage do you have? Just the one Enderium cell, or?
Yeah, just one Enderium cell, and I've got power going into 3 sides of it.
Yeah.
At
So
32,000 RF per tick is its max input.
Nice.
So here we go.
Also, I'm pretty sure getting 4,000 per output at a generator is probably a glitch that's been patched. That definitely should be doing that.
Well, it's just like the water wheel producing 100 RF per tick.
Yeah. Well, that's less of a bug than getting 3 times the power you should be.
But is it less of a bug that it only gets 100 RF per tick if it's facing a certain direction?
Yeah, it's a bug, but it's not as bad as getting 3 times the power you're supposed to be getting. Because it should be dividing the power you're getting between those 3 connections, not adding it. It's kind of weird, honestly.
thing's running for a pretty long time too.
Yeah. Well, fuel will burn for what, 20, 30 seconds per bucket, something like that?
Yeah.
And you're running 10 drums through?
No, just 8 buckets through.
Oh, 8 buckets. Okay, that's a bit different.
I was gonna do a 1 bucket test, and then I had a portable tank that was full, and so I said, I'll just snap this on here real quick and see what happens.
Yeah, that works. You can see precisely how much power you get out of the 8 buckets.
Well, at 2 million per bucket, normal.
Is it precisely 2 million or is it close to 2 million?
It's 2 point. I mean, it's like less than 2.1. It's like 2,020,000 or something like that, 22,000 or 220,000. Maybe it's like 2.2 mil per bucket. Okay, so now that it's stopped, my cell is sitting at 26,277,963.
Sweet, now it's meme I linked to you.
Yeah.
Every time there's a Minnesota Reddit, the Minnesota hype train goes crazy. Everybody starts checking in from what city they're from. And it's just these big lists of city names that I know every single one. Definitely from Minnesota.
Yeah, well.
Now I want to go back home. So actually, I'm going back home next weekend, weekend after. I don't know, something like that.
So here we go.
I'm gonna-
So yeah, no, there's no difference in putting an Endarium cell in there other than I can hold 80 million RF as opposed to 20 million RF.
Yeah.
So the 8 buckets netted me 16,216,000 RF.
Nice.
So either way, I wanted to upgrade that to an Endarium cell anyways, only because I felt like having a redstone cell there was kind of weak.
Yeah.
So
now you just need to do a very small draconic orb and you're good to go.
maybe.
Get that like 3 billion or whatever and call it good.
Yeah, the 2.1 billion.
It's like tier 3 too. It's very small.
Well, Mengi has one, and I think Lord Wrigley has one going right now.
Yeah, Jigsaw had one. I'm pretty sure Saber has one.
Yeah, but they're not hooked up to main power, so I'm not really concerned about it.
No, they're not.
Not even Mengi's. He's got his own power gen going downstairs. He's got a giant reactor.
Well, he got tired of it because, was it Saber? I think doing like the 15 draconic orbs to his power system.
Yeah.
People are being rude.
Well, and I have a mass disconnect from my building to the rest of the world. And then I even have a disconnect from my diesel generator to my building, so I can store stuff in this Endarium cell, or the resonant energy cell as needed, and then drop it to my building when my main cell goes down.
Okay. Now what we need is a whatchamacallit, a blaze farm, so I get some blaze powder, so that I can go make more steel. I'd like to get a personal furnace going.
Now, why do you need the blaze powder?
To make another furnace.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know that 14 blaze powder that I died 7 times for?
I know
I
it
should go
wasn't.
back in there and
I know it wasn't
I
funny.
should show you. Oh, at the time, no, very much not funny. Now, if you go back and look, I could show you the spot. It's still a graveyard. There's like 6 or 7 graves in one spot.
Did you never get your stuff back?
I never went. I got my stuff back, but the 6 attempts had nothing but cobble and like 3 potatoes. So like, you know, screw it. So there's still like 6 graves just full of cobble and potatoes.
Cobble and potatoes. That's great.
But yeah, the amount of crap that I put up with from the hell wolves and the big spiders and the skeletons and oh my god. Also, apparently now those graves, maybe it's just the Nether, but they spawn skeletons. They don't have bones. They're boleless skeletons. They walk up and they smack you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I was down there, go back to my little stairwell, and it's just a crazy amount of skeletons along the stairwell. Like, what the hell's going on? And then I get down there and there's a skeleton popping out of the grave. I'm like, oh Jesus.
It's like The Walking Dead.
It's cool, but it's annoying. Because if you're going back to get your grave, you don't want to deal with that. You know, they can't shoot you.
You really don't want to deal with it. That's okay. Part of me is trying to resist tearing this whole stupid thing down and rebuilding it with the center lane being odd so that there's an actual center.
Yeah, building even is nice, but painful.
Well, it's the building rests within an entire chunk.
Oh yeah.
Like that was the whole point of why I built it, how I built it, was because it all rests within one chunk.
Yeah.
But I'm finding that's really annoying.
Eventually you just get used to it and you just build odd anyway, 15 by 15.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go home in 2 weeks and whatchamacallit, go camping.
Go camping, eh?
Yep. We're gonna rough it at a campground with a trailer. Apparently, my aunt and uncle and my cousin both have their own trailers, so there'll be like 3 trailers in a circle. But everybody's gonna bring stuff to barbecue and stuff, and we're gonna bring all the card games, and we're gonna spend time playing Cards Against Humanity.
That sounds
with my parents, who apparently love the game.
that sounds hilarious.
My parents are pretty cool people.
Alright, so now I've upgraded my 2 main cells in my room, in my base, or my power station, to Enderium cells. I'm actually going to create another Enderium cell to go here. So I'm stockpiling my barrels of fuel. Right now I have, or drums, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What you should do is consider looking at the
12.
high quality of the